The storm, we're going to be expecting the potential for some storm surge. I got a little example for you here. We're expecting 4 to 6 feet of storm surge. If that verifies, that's over my head, Mike. I'm monitoring the First Alert weather app right now, and you can see as we take a look at the radar, the interactive radar, there it is, Florence, getting closer to the coast. And the wind, Ariel, is picking up here in Cherry Grove, South Carolina. And specifically right here on Ocean Boulevard, getting the wind in between some buildings and a parking garage right here now. Letitia, we personally have just experienced about 45-mile-per-hour wind gust here with my anemometer measuring it. And then every now and then it lets up and then it comes right back. The winds have been strong enough, though, already to knock down this light that was on the parking garage here. You can see this is the little cell that came off the Atlantic and crossing I-95, racing around 30 miles per hour here. And so you can see this is the actual tornado warning that is in effect until 2 o'clock p.m.
And with this band, this is what we've been watching since south of Daytona Beach.
This
is now blowing wind over the water. And so that's going to be coming into St. Augustine right now here in the next little bit if it isn't already. And so this is the wind field going counterclockwise right here. The yellows, this is a tropical setup, so you can see the yellows and greens and the reds right there. This is going to the west at 70 miles per hour.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, meteorologist Garrett Bedenbaugh. It is another warm day here, finishing it up in the low 80s in McClenny, still 70s closer to the coast. An onshore wind continues. When and who could see some showers for your Sunday? That's coming up in the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast. Some rain increasing along and south of Interstate 10, and so you want to be mindful of that as you set your alarm clock for tomorrow. Now we're going to continue to track that rain for you hour by hour. It's going to be a multi-day kind of wet weather pattern here. We'll talk about it on the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast. What about your evening plans tonight? We'll be in the 70s, going to be mild, a little bit of humidity as well. We'll see those temperatures down into the mid 70s with just an isolated shower for this evening. We'll be tracking it for you though here in the First Alert Weather Center. You can too by downloading the free Action News Jax First Alert weather app.
Yeah, definitely. Mike, we're live right now on the Action News Jax First Alert Storm Tracker in St. Johns County, heading south on Interstate 95. We got a report of a tree down blocking the roadway at International Golf Parkway.
In the middle of the night, we were tracking on First Alert Doppler HD a strong thunderstorm moving in off the Atlantic at nearly 60 miles per hour, which eventually produced an EF2 tornado, destroying multiple condos.
The latest model data coming to us. We'll get a couple of runs as we go through this evening. We'll show you new ones at 10 and 11 as well tonight. Waycross to Folkestone to Brunswick to Lake City, the frozen precip, the mixed bag between freezing rain, sleet, and mixed with some snow early in the morning for your morning commute. Include 1 to 2 inches in Waycross. Yes, so this is like 2014 somewhat there with you having measurable snowfall.
Now certified Jacksonville's most accurate weather forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist Garrett Bedenbaugh. Well, this weekend we're going to be timing out some chilly mornings, some inland freezes, but the jackets will be needed for much of the day. But also new tonight, a few showers will be arriving, it looks like, for Sunday evening. Now we'll be timing that out for you here in the hour-by-hour forecast. First, for the temperatures, though, the freezing line will be diving to the south overnight tonight. It'll only be about 2 to 3 hours in some locations. You can see here the computer model data showing from Waycross to Folkestone, but we'll also see here in the First Alert forecast that number diving down into northeast Florida, especially along and north of Interstate 10. Here's the freeze warning that's in effect overnight through 9 a.m. in the morning. We'll see temperatures from 30 to 33 degrees, maybe even some spots squeaking out 29 degrees for you in, say, Waycross, right around 30 or so. 31 for Folkestone, mid-30s in Jax Metro, upper 30s closer to St. Augustine. Yeah, I've updated that number as well from the 40s to the upper 30s. So upper 30s from Mayport to Ponte Vedra to mid-30s on the south side, mid-30s in Jacksonville, down to the low 30s on the west side. Now at the beach in the morning, it's still going to be chilly too here in the hour-by-hour forecast. A light wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour will be in the 40s to the start of your weekend, mid-40s by 9 a.m. and then eventually the 50s by 11. But also that breeze will be picking up as well, the 10 to 15 miles per hour by about lunchtime or so with a mostly sunny sky. So it'll look nice outside, but it'll feel pretty chilly. Also on the river here, the St. Johns River for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, but chilly in the morning in the 40s. We'll be in the 50s by the afternoon, but only topping out on the water in the upper 50s there. That northerly wind again. Now mid 40s inland by 10 a.m., mid 50s by the lunch hour, right around 60 degrees. for the afternoon high. That's where we went today, earlier around 60 degrees. We'll do it again for tomorrow. But it's dry. We're seeing some breezes pick up in the pollen forecast tomorrow, with that pine pollen still going to be in the high category for all of you washing the cars. It's going to be right back on top of your vehicles. But as we head into Sunday, this is what's changed since you joined us earlier today. We're seeing some indications that some showers will be moving in, especially south and east of Jacksonville by Sunday afternoon and into the evening. A developing area of low pressure will be forming off in the Atlantic, and so it looks like we could see some showers on the northern end of that system here, especially St. Johns County into Putnam County. This is something I'll be updating for you as well as we head through the weekend by 6, 10, and 11 tomorrow night. I'll be showing you that. There goes that area of low pressure off to the east. But tomorrow, offshore, pretty nice, but still breezy. North winds at 10 to 15 knots. We'll have seas at 2 to 4 feet. High tide coming up at 12:30 a.m. Your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast. Of course, your weekend's always in view. We'll see the morning lows in the 30s again Sunday with that evening shower, only about 59 degrees. Then our next front arrives by Tuesday. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s during the day, dry during the day, but a late evening front will be riding on through with some cool temperatures and a few showers. Not a lot of moisture with this system, but what will be behind it is another round of very cool temperatures here. An Arctic air mass invading the U.S., but for us, we'll see the 30s here in the morning, and a lot of areas could be seeing an inland freeze, and we'll be watching that over the next couple of days. So that's our next shot after this weekend of some wintertime air and the 50s as we head into Thursday. You can always get this forecast any time of the day and track the temperatures through your weekend by downloading the free Action News Jax First Alert weather app at actionnewsjax.com.
One of the 6 confirmed local tornadoes Irma produced touched down in Crescent Beach. The First Alert weather team was on the air, giving out life-saving warnings.
A tornado watch in effect, too, means conditions are favorable for tornadoes for the entire area.
Despite the intense damage to the Summer House condo complex, Chris Morgan has a positive attitude.
I got to tell you that the first emotion is, wow, are we so blessed that we weren't here.
In the middle of the night, we were tracking on First Alert Doppler HD a strong thunderstorm moving in off the Atlantic at nearly 60 miles per hour, which eventually produced an EF2 tornado, destroying multiple condos.
When we got here the first time to take a look at it right after the damage, obviously our unit was really impacted. There was no roof. Our master bedroom was wide open.
Tropical tornadoes can form at a moment's notice, usually in the right front quadrant of a tropical storm or hurricane. The damage left behind requires months of rebuilding, often requiring that repairs meet strengthened hurricane building codes.
So now, with the tie downs and the extra support beams and the rods that are going in there, there is obviously going to be an advantage to what we were before.
An advantage that hopefully won't be needed anytime soon.
It does put things in perspective now because, as you can see, we're still months away from getting back in.
Those are also months where this condo complex remains vulnerable to the 2018 hurricane season.